All right. Hello and welcome everyone to all the viewers and listeners. Today is the 4th of June. We are expecting the results of the election for today. Um, Keep in mind, this is a very gigantic democratic exercise. That is our elections. Nobody in the entire world undertakes the democratic exercise of elections on a scale that we do. And the process has been finished. The results are yet to be announced, and the results are due today. So, and let's see which political party comes out on the top. So, we'll start today with a very sad news, I would say. One of the news that one of the piece of information that managed to catch my attention today was an act of treason, and that act of treason has come from one of ours. Okay, an individual named Nishant Agarwal. An individual named Nishant Agarwal has been convicted of treason. Okay, treason is if you have to switch to Hindi for a while, treason का मतलब होता है गद्दारी. And this individual, Nishant Agarwal, has been convicted by a sessions judge, and he is accused. He is accused and proven guilty of leaking sensitive information related to the BrahMos missile manufacturing to ISI, that is Inter-Services Intelligence, the raw equivalent for the country of Pakistan. Okay, there cannot be any crime worse than treason. Now, if it would have come from a Muslim person, I would still understand that their loyalties lie with their faith, but it has come from one of ours, that is Nishant Agarwal. Yeah. Okay, he was working as a research scientist for the firm, and he leaked some of the name of that firm is BrahMos Aerospace Private Limited. He had been working as a research scholar over there, and he has been given life imprisonment, that is 14 years of rigorous imprisonment, and a minimal monetary fine of rupees 3,000. Let's see if he appeals this in the upper courts or not, but this is the worst of the crimes that you can commit. Now keep in mind, BrahMos is like a very important weapon that in our arsenal we use that as a counter against China and Pakistan, both of those nuclear armed neighbors that we have. And this fellow was leaking sensitive information related to manufacturing of those missiles. So it's indeed a sad day. All right, let's move ahead. So yeah, today is 4th of June and we are expecting the election results today. So there have been massive measures undertaken by the state of by the union, and some of those measures are now for beginning from 7 a.m. today up until the counting of votes are done. The Akashvani, that is the radio broadcast arm of the national government, they are going to be live streaming the live updates of the counting. So they'll be giving real-time updates of Lok Sabha on Akashvani, that is All India Radio. So it's scheduled to start from 7 in the morning to 10 in the evening. So you can get live updates on All India Radio if you want. There are also separate security arrangements made in some of the sensitive areas of West Bengal and some other states. So one of the reasons why these states have been given some security is because these states have a history of post-poll violence. Okay, the people in these states, such as West Bengal has had a long history of post-poll violence and bloodshed. So whenever the ruling party in West Bengal, whenever they win elections, they go to the houses of people who have voted for the other side and plunder them, beat them, kill them. Very recently, it's a thing of yesterday where somebody was found, a BJP worker was found beheaded in his own house. We wonder who did it. Yeah, it's all political. All right. All India Radio, that is Akashwani, they have covered this headline on their website, that is 12 pro Iranian militias killed in Israeli airstrike in Syria's Aleppo. Now, this cannot be stressed enough that Syria is among the hostile nations towards Israel. And very recently, a few weeks ago, Israel had also undertaken some drone strikes on Syrian territory in which they killed an Iranian general. And now 12 people, 12 Iranian mercenaries have been killed in Syria by Israel. So this is a part of an ongoing warfare between the lone Jewish state in that region versus all the other Islamic countries, at least those neighboring countries, because other Islamic countries in the Gulf region are not interested in whatever that is happening to the Palestinian people. In fact, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has erased the word Palestine and all the other references to the region of Palestine from their textbooks. So this should bring some light onto the fact that is really, is Palestine really an issue? All right, so yeah, 12 Iranian mercenaries were killed by an airstrike in Syria. What were they doing in Syria? We don't know. And I guess we'll never know. Next up is now the information arm of the national government, that is Doordarshan, has been diversifying its portfolio. Meaning, now DD Sports will telecast all the major sports events across the world free of cost. I guess the national government has realized that the viewership of DD Sports far and far outnumbers the viewership of any other channel. Now, in the very recent times, we have come across this phenomenon of large viewership coming from this part of the subcontinent. Be it any game, be it Olympics, be it cricket matches, the viewership in this part of the subcontinent is far too much, and the people in the West, they realize this. And a few of the examples of their realization is that if you go to the Instagram page of these football clubs, such as Real Madrid, Manchester United, Manchester City for that matter, they make reels with Bollywood songs because they know. Okay, because they know this part of the subcontinent is the next level of social media. So they want those views from this part of the world, and hence they use those Bollywood songs. All right, so yeah, the next upcoming major sports events such as Wimbledon, Paris Olympics, ICC Cricket World Cup currently undergoing in United States and West Indies, all of these major sports events will be telecasted live on DD Sports and free of cost. Next is the dispute between China and Iran. Now, to get some background information about the dispute, about the dynamics of the relation between China and Iran, is China has had this dream project of its, that is Belt and Road Initiative, and it is a subset of a larger project that we like to call as One Belt One Road Initiative, OBOR. So under this initiative, China is developing logistic infrastructure all across Asia and connecting that infrastructure with other parts of the European continent and and America for that matter. So basically, it is building transport infrastructure and logistic infrastructure all across Asia and connecting it with Europe. to build up on its industrial capacity and to boost up its exports. All right. Now, for that, it needs land. Now, we have had this discussion priorly about how China is accumulating land in the region of Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and one of its logistic arm runs through the disputed territory between Bharat and Pakistan. So very recently, the the nation of Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, they are in a land dispute with United Arab Emirates. So there are some islands. Okay, there are some islands between Iran and United Arab Emirates. The names of those islands are the Greater Tunb, the Lesser Tunb, and the Abu Musa. So these are three small islands between these two countries, and they are disputed. Okay. Now post 1971, when British left, it was Iran that overtook the control of these islands, and they have been under the administrative control of Iran all this while. Now UAE disputes this claim, and they also claim these islands. China is backing the claims of UAE. China has maintained the stance that the dispute should be peacefully and amicably resolved between these two countries. Now, this signals a very important divergence between the relations of Iran and China. Keep in mind, Iran also shares some robust relationship with Bharat as well. Very recently, we inaugurated the Chabahar port on Iran. So, I guess China is walking a very tight rope when it comes to Iran. It is holding these islands as a bargaining chip. Okay, so that's all right. The next next major information that is very important very important and relevant in the current context is the migration policy of Europe. Now, at the advent of the 21st century, Europe had been boasting and chest thumping about its migrant-friendly policy. So, at the beginning of the 21st century, when there was this gradual removal of colonies, and they were given their independence, or many of them snatched their independence from the colonizers. So, what happened was, all the European countries, they opened this policy of immigration. They were very immigrant friendly, and I'm sure the intentions behind keeping such an open door policy, the intentions were pretty noble. But they did not realize it at that moment that immigration, if unchecked and uncontrolled, it tends to ruin the demography of their native land, and it changes the fabric of their society. And that is what we are seeing across many European countries. Some of them are France, UK, Germany for that matter. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can simply just go on the internet and look at the videos of what exactly is going on over there in the name of Palestinian protests. So they like to call it as peaceful protests, but very recently there was a stabbing in the country of Germany, where an Afghan immigrant stabbed a police officer. And very interestingly, if you see that video that is very viral on social media, the police officer tried to pacify the person who was being attacked by an Afghan immigrant. So imagine this, okay? Some person from a political party in Germany was protesting against the liberal immigration policies of Germany, and that person was protesting against Islamic refugees that come into Germany. All right. Now, some fanatic fundamentalist, and I would say lacking common sense, that person started wielding a knife on an open street, and some bystander was recording it. So that person, Afghan immigrant who was wielding a knife, he attacked this protester, and who was just simply standing over there and protesting. That person was not wielding any arm, that person was not threatening to do anything. So this Afghan immigrant walks over there and starts stabbing that person. So the police officer who intervenes tries to hold down the person who is the victim of stabbing, and ignores the Afghan immigrant. And guess what? After getting ignored, the Afghan immigrant stabs the police officer as well. And for your knowledge, that police officer has died after sustaining serious injuries. So at the end, the police had to shoot that fanatic immigrant with a pistol, and that fanatic immigrant died on the spot as well. But this signals the change in fabric of the society that Europe is experiencing. Now, no wonder there are countries in Europe that are shifting away from an open door policy. The two of those countries that have come out in the open and stated very clearly in no uncertain terms that they are not willing to accept immigrants, and one of those countries is UK. Okay, the Prime Minister of UK, that is Rishi Sunak, he has come out with a statement that if he is re-elected in the upcoming national vote, he will introduce immigration limits. That is what the Reuters website mentions. So yeah, Rishi Sunak is from a conservative party. Now, although his party, the numbers or the support that his party garners amongst the UK citizens has been dwindling so far, and it is predicted that the Labour Party will come in power in the upcoming national vote. But this indicates a change in stance. All right, and it is very necessary if you are to protect the societal fabric, if you are to protect or some organic values that are native to your land. You definitely need to put some check on immigration policies. Similarly, Portugal is another country that is moving towards the right end of the political spectrum. They are also against unchecked immigration policy. All right, now such difficult steps are very much needed if you want to protect some of the belief systems native to your country. All right, that's about it for today. I'll see you in the next video.